There's some pitfalls that therapists get into when they have family therapy sessions with a parent and child. One is the parent goes on and on about things that happened, typically the child's behavior during the week, and then the child shrinks in shame, but they might do it in the sense they might show up by running around the room or picking up some object and throwing it, or if it's a teenager they'll try to grab their phone, or they'll say I'm out of here. So one of the things is, don't let the parent start talking about the negative things that happened during the week. You have to have an agreement with the parent ahead of time that you're going to be able to slow them down or stop them, press the timeout button, or say, I'm going to pause you. I want to hear just the beginning of what happened, and then I will take it from there and help the child develop the story. So, parent might come in and say, well, we had a good week, except for she broke my vase. She knows she wasn't supposed to play it all in the house. And so what I found was shards of my vase. And I was pretty mad because she didn't tell me, she hid it. And I have a problem with that because honesty is a really big value. Okay, so the parent is going on and on. There's already been how many, like 35, 40, or a minute worth of explanation from the parent side. What do you think the child has been thinking this whole time? My parent is going to tell on me and get me in trouble, and I'm going to fall into this pit of shame and despair and rage, and I got to get out of here. Well, no wonder they're going to, create chaos or shut down. So if that, that's going to happen, I want to make it like a expectation that I'm going to just slow the parent down after the first sentence. Okay, thanks for telling me about the vase. I got it about the ball playing. Let's slow down, and I'm going to have your kid take it from there. All right. And we'll see what's going on. Now, I'm not going to expect the child to overtly and happily tell me that they hid the broken vase, because they themselves don't want to talk about it. I'm going to say something like, wow, it sounds like some really uncomfortable things happened around that. It's okay. It makes sense. I know you don't want to talk about it, and in here you're not going to get in trouble. I just want to be able to understand what happened from your point of view. So really, really slow it down and make space for the child to talk. Another thing is to notice that the parent is moralizing. And the moralizing part is a really, really problematic factor in parent-child conversations, because the implication is always that the child is somehow not good enough on a moral level. So parents will frequently say, it's not the fact that you broke the vase, it's that you lied about it and hid it. Well, that is a very, very normal human reaction, to hide and to lie and to obfuscate. And so by implying that you did that, that means you are not a good or trustworthy member of the family, and that you're not going to be able to be trustworthy in school or at home, at work. And the parents just take it so far. They will say things like, at work, when you're going to work, if you hide something that you did wrong, your boss, they're not going to tolerate that. And neither will the police. And, the escalation and the sense of shame, and that happens so frequently. It's such a common tactic that parents use. If a parent says that, I want to say, hold on a second, mom, wait a minute. I'm going to explicitly say, when you link the behavior that was, the playing ball in the house with being a not trustworthy person, from the fact that your child hid the evidence, you're causing more negative impact on this conversation, and it's going to make it very hard for us to really open up about this, but what was going on, okay, and the mixed feelings that your kid has, because we all have mixed feelings. We want something, we do something, we want it, we're intensely eager to do something that we know we're not supposed to. I think we can all identify with that. So let's kind of loosen up on that part of it, of the trustworthiness. Okay, so I would really want, the most important thing that I want therapists to get out of this is to be able to talk to the parent about that I'm going to need to slow you down, or possibly segment our conversation and it's going to feel like an interruption, how do you think you will experience that in the session? How do you experience when people slow you down or interrupt you? If you feel that that is something that's very, very problematic for you, how can we develop maybe some body language or signal? Maybe I can wave my hand instead of saying it out loud, and help to regulate the conversation. But I'm going to need to find a way to regulate the conversation somehow.